Hey YouTube, and welcome back to the Sneaky V YouTube channel. Last time you guys saw me, I think I was getting my coil packs on and showing you guys some of the things that I had picked up recently. So I'm just gonna kind of pick up there. My valley cover finally came in. I have a nice aluminum one from ICT Billet. This is a Gen 4 valley cover, not like the Gen 3 one that I had. This one actually covers everything, and it has a oil sending unit adapter back here that I had to install. I actually had to drill a hole in my new valley cover here so that my oil sensor here, what'll be here, can actually plug into the block and I can see what my oil pressure is, because I think that's an important thing to know. So I went ahead and got that installed. I didn't go through the whole process of videoing it or anything because you guys saw me do the other one, and I didn't think it was that important to show you guys that again. So with my valley cover in place now, the next thing that I want to do is actually I'm going to go ahead and get that sending unit installed into this little adapter here so that I don't have to worry about that later. Let's see, I'm going to have to find a wrench that will fit that, possibly. And I may have one here. That wrench is not quite big enough. Anyways, I'm going to have to get an adjustable wrench to actually tighten that down. I think I have an adjustable wrench around here somewhere, but I don't feel like looking for it. But that needs to be, threaded down into that. It has a little bit of a thread tape on it to keep, I guess, oil from leaking out past the threads. But that's on for right now. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and probably get my intake manifold installed. I have it over here behind me. Since I got my valley cover in, I don't have to worry about leaving my intake manifold off because I needed that space to actually put the valley cover on. And now that it's on, I can go ahead and get my intake manifold on. So let me peel off all this tape here and clean some of this tape residue off around the intake ports here, so that doesn't cause any problem. This is just brake cleaner. Like, this stuff will clean anything. They market it as a brake cleaner, starter fluid. It's the same thing. You can spray this into your intake and actually use it to start the engine. Is the exact same, but yeah, it'll basically clean anything off, anything sticky, anything oily. It'll clean it. So got that all cleaned up, and grab my intake manifold, and let's see what we got here. Now my intake manifold has a few little barbed fittings on the bottom. Those are for vacuum, anything that needs vacuum. I'm probably gonna have one coming from each of the valve covers here to collect any blow-by that makes its way into the top of the heads here. I'm gonna have that routed off to a catch can and then probably back to the intake, I think. I haven't figured out that yet. I haven't figured out exactly what I'm gonna do with these pieces here. I know one of them has to go to the brake booster, but for right now, let's get this thing installed. Let's see if I can find my gaskets around here. There we go. So this intake manifold came with a few gaskets, and these guys just go right into the intake runners here. They plug in just like this. Just kind of squeeze down in there. And what these do is they seal the passage between the heads there and the intake runner, so that like your air is not escaping, because or rather your air is going through the intake plenum here and going through into your heads. Because if you have an air gap here where air can get through, your engine is just gonna like take that air and use it, and your engine is just gonna start revving out of control, basically. Yeah, and you don't want that. Like actually, I think the air has to pass the intake, like the air intake sensor, before your engine knows that it has air coming in, so that might not really be a problem. The problem will be that if your engine is getting too much air in it uncontrolled, it'll run richer than it's supposed to. So, no, it'll run leaner than it's supposed to. So too much oxygen and not enough fuel will cause your engine to run lean, which could eventually damage your engine. Like a too lean mixture of fuel can actually cause the fuel to burn too hot and actually burn a hole in your piston. So that would be no fun. Let me finish getting these on, and I can flip this guy over and get it installed. Actually, you know what? There's one more thing that I need to do before I install my intake plenum here that I forgot about. Which is my steam port kit. This here is a steam port kit. What it does is it connects the four corners of the heads here, and a lot of times steam vapor just kind of like build up in the heads, and what this does is it collects that vapor and kind of like gets it all to a central point here and like sends it back out to the radiator, so you don't have hot spots in your heads that can cause like detonation. I talked about detonation before. Detonation is bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed, and then I'll put my intake manifold on. And this guy just installs with a few bolts here. 4 bolts, 1 for each corner. And unfortunately, it didn't come with any instructions as far as how much torque to apply to actually lock it down. So I just gotta go with my best guess. I'm probably gonna go with like 11 foot-pounds. That seems safe without stripping out the bolts. So let's see here. It is extremely hot out here. I don't have anywhere else to work on this, but like, you know, here, it is hot. So let me get this set to about 11 foot-pounds. And torque them down. Because 16 or 18 foot-pounds, like most of the other bolts on the outside of this thing, just seem like a little bit too much for these smaller bolts. So I think 11 will work. Then get my little fittings here tightened. Can't find the right wrench. It's not gonna work. I'll get these guys locked down. And now I can get my intake manifold on. All of the like little individual gaskets are in, and this guy just kind of clunks right on right here. Everything clears. The steam port kit here clears. The oil pressure sending unit back here clears. All the bolt holes line up, and doesn't seem to be any kind of problem going on. So let's get it torqued down. This might take a while, so I'm probably just gonna stick a time lapse in right here, getting these torqued down. There's like 8 of them, and they're kind of in an awkward position, so it's probably gonna take a little while to get them in there properly. See if I can get these guys torqued down with my little impact wrench here. Sweet. And those are torqued down. I'm probably going to run back through them with the torque wrench later to get them tightened down to specifications. If I can find the specifications for them, I'm going to have to look on the Summit Racing website to see if there's a specific amount that these needs to be torqued down. But yeah, for the most part, they seem to be going in pretty well. I think they loosen up a little bit as I tighten the other ones. Let's see. Did you see the same thing? But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have to go through and make sure these are all tightened out really well, because they seem to loosen up a little bit as you tighten the other ones around them. Yeah. But anyways, the intake manifold is on, but not quite secured just yet. So some of the things that I need to do is I need to get my vacuum hoses run, or at least, you know, kind of routed out from under there so I can plug them in when the time comes. From here too as well. What else? I need to get some fuel injectors. I looked for some fuel injectors, but I can't find the ones with the proper plug type in town. And right now I just don't feel like driving down to Summit Racing. So I'm just gonna order those and have them sent. I need my what do you call this thing here? The Throttle-body. I ordered one, but it's just gonna take way too long to get here, so I canceled that and I'm just gonna order another one. Yeah, that seems like it's almost about it, and this thing will be ready to, like, you know, stab a transmission onto it and get it dropped in the car. Of course, I'm gonna need a radiator and all of that, but you know, as far as the main engine, this thing's basically done. I can't really think of anything else right now that I really need. I can go ahead and start plugging in some of the wires, but I'll save that for later. I already have all the engine harnesses I need to start plugging in things here, but I think this video's got long enough, so I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. Send your friends my way. I could use the views, and have a good one.